Luke, we've had a week off since our last game. How's the rest and recovery gone since last week's game?
Yeah, it'd been nice. Obviously, give the boys a day off on Monday. Tough week. Ace, Wimbledon, Wildstone, and then Maidstone. We've had injuries in that period. Um, a lot of energy exerted from the AFC Wimbledon game to then the Wildstone game to then the highs and then the lows of Maidstone in terms of taking the lead and then drawing and then winning it on pen. So got them out of the building for 2 days, being the Sunday and the Monday. They come bounding through the door on Tuesday. Good day yesterday, really good day in terms of the organisational side of things with regards to Weymouth. Nice, light, fresh session today. Went through all our set pieces for and against. Yeah, ready for the game on Saturday.
And the last game we played was Maidstone, and we had a slight change in captaincy. Jamal Fifield was the captain for that game. So two-part of this one. How impressed were you with Jammer on the day? And do we have any news on Rico and Gus as to why they weren't in the squad?
Jammer's been excellent. Been excellent all season. I think he's been one of our most consistent performers. He's gone and played left side centre half, central centre half all season. Comfortable in possession. Good recovery in terms of reading of the game. Organisational side of things very good. I think he's been a breath of fresh air. Gus obviously come off in the game against Wildstone, damaged his foot. So there's a bit of swelling there at the start of the week. He's been involved obviously yesterday and today. So we're hopeful that he's going to have no reaction come tomorrow. Ricketts the same. Back end of this week, got him back into the group. In terms of a little knock on the inside of his knee, his medial area, that come about after the game against Wildstone, so wasn't available for Maidstone, but he's since then had 10 days, recovered superbly, again trained. So as it stands, and I say it week in, week out, day by day, as it stands, we have a fully fit squad to select from tomorrow.
And it's a bit of a different one with Weymouth coming to town. They've just got a new manager in the building, David Alderfield. What can we expect to see from a side with him at the helm?
So obviously I got wind that he was getting the job. So as we do, we watched Weymouth. They had Brian Stock at the Eastleigh game, Brian Stock against the Southend game. Then they had an interim manager against Dartford, changing personnel, changing style. So myself and Jordan were pretty proactive, and we've watched 2 games of Oxford City just to get an idea of sort of his style. It's quite hard. It's probably been the hardest prep because you're watching Oxford City players. You're trying to find a bit of an identity of their manager. But I've done my homework on him. He demands a lot. He expects a lot. So we're under no illusions that it's not going to be tough come Saturday. There's going to be a natural upward curve for them because they get given an opportunity to make a first impression, and that's exactly what that group will want to do for their new gaffer. He's done fantastic. His career as a player was unbelievable. He's been caretaker manager to 2 EFL clubs. He's obviously gone and done what he's done at Oxford City. So he's done fantastic, goes in there with a great experience. And yeah, it stops there. We got to control what we can control. We've been excellent in the way we've been playing, getting results. We need to maintain that and continue with the form that we're in. And yeah, it's another game on a Saturday. It's the biggest game of our season. We need to ensure that we're right up for the task, and we need to get to the levels that they can't reach. And if we do that, we're a match for anyone.
And it's getting to that point in the season where we're beginning to play teams twice. This will be the second time we've played Weymouth, played them on the first game of the season. This game slightly differs though. Have you watched the first game of the season back with the players and with the group to analyse that game in prep for this one?
So I haven't. I wouldn't watch the game back. I've got a black book over my right shoulder where I put their formations, their shape, their key players. We do a thing called a match script. So I've got the prep in terms of that from the last game. And does it differ from this one? I've asked the group to be really proactive tomorrow because I don't know whether they're going to be the 4-2-3-1 that they're used to or the 3-5-2 that they all feel quite like. So it's a great test for all of us, being myself, the management, and also the players. The personnel that goes in, he might have had a week where someone that's in the wings, being a Bradley Ash that hasn't featured for so long, but he likes the way he works and presses, that he goes in. So again, that's everything that he has in his building, what he has to deal with. For me, it's about continuing to do what we do. And that's been the biggest thing I have to say for us this year. A lot of the focus, 85 to 90%, has been about us and about how we can affect oppositions. And that's what it is going to be tomorrow, whether they come here 3-5-2, 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1, 5-4-1. It doesn't matter. We need to ensure that we're right up to the task. We do what we do. We continue to do the basics and do them well. And hopefully come 5 o'clock, we'll have another 3 points on the board.
And complacency is a slight thing when you're on a bit of an unbeaten run. What do you tell the boys to keep them fired up for games and stop them from going into games with slight complacency?
If I told you my saying, you wouldn't be able to air it. You've watched it in terms of the lead up to the Eastleigh game. I'm forgiving. I don't care if you're 36 or 16, 7'2" or 4'2", you get it from me double barrel. And that's not because I think that you got to be driven by the stick. It's very much you hit the word on the head. We're all at this level, me included, because we're not consistent enough in our performances. We have been this season, hence why we're in the fourth round of the FA Cup, the last 16 of the FA Trophy, and currently sitting fourth after the Stockport result in the league. We need to maintain them standards, and I let them know that on a daily basis. If they're not at the races, I'll let them know. If they're at the races, I'll let them know. But I say in my program notes, this group self-police. This group, there's a massive, massive demand in this group. I feel our recruitment's been fantastic this season. We've brought into some real experienced players, top and bottom of the pitch, and they've, taken us with the group to another level. So for me, it's a lot easier. It's probably the easiest year I've ever had to manage because I feel that the group self-police, we've got staff there that take a lot of issues away from my lap. So, this group's been fantastic. Complacency is a massive thing. Consistency is a massive thing in football. We need to ensure that we're level-headed, never too high, never too low. And I say it, no matter where, when or who, we work harder than any opposition.